G'day. Got this email this morning, this one here, from a person I don't know. Says something about an invoice, all right? So went into the email. Shouldn't open emails that you don't know who you're from, they say, all right? So it says, here's invoice for Australian dollars. The amount outstanding is due on the 1st of June 2024, which is today. From your online billing, you can print the PDF. If you have any questions, please let us know on that particular telephone number. And it's actually got a link, and on that link is a PDF. Okay, shouldn't open PDFs that are from people you don't know, but I did anyway, and it just shows the invoice again. So here it is. I'll just open it once for that, and open a WPS Office. It's a PDF thing. And there we are. It says an invoice. All right. I'll get rid of that bit. All right. And you'll see somewhere on the invoice it says, here we are, it's a crypto exchange value of 0.0295 BTC Bitcoins, I get the impression, which cost $1,456. Wow. So I knew this was a scam, but all I want to do is find out if this is a scam, how do they get money out of you? And I still haven't found that out. But anyway, all right, let's just go back to the email. All right. Oh, something else has come up there on that. All right. So there's the email, but it also says there's a telephone number. Okay. Now what I would do in the past is look up that telephone number and the telephone number online. All right. And find out if it is the telephone number for PayPal. And I'll bet you my bottom dollar it's not. Okay. All right. By the way, if it was PayPal and had an invoice, I didn't check that invoice. It would have addressed to your name. It says, here's an invoice. By the way, it doesn't mention me by name in the email. One of the things is the suggestion later on, which I'll show you, is that they should show you by name. Anyway, so I rang that particular email address. I rang that particular telephone number. A female voice with sounds like an Indian accent, I wouldn't know, answered the phone, asked me a few questions, and I just usually just said yes, no, stuff like that. Asked if I had made that transaction, I said no. And they say, you authorised that transaction? I said no. Is there any things on your bank account? I said no, etc., etc. Then they asked me to give them her my email address, which I gave them an email address which wasn't my email address. And she came back and said that's not a valid. And she said, oh, hold on a second. Obviously, what she's doing is keying in my email address to the PayPal account. All right. I don't know how that would work, but anyway, I don't know how they get money out of that way, because then they'd need a password. They probably might ask for you the password, and some people might give it to them, thinking they're on PayPal. Anyway, so that didn't work for them. So the next thing she said is, go to your Google and put this in. So I'll just go to where I had that sitting in Google. Where is it? Where am I? Yeah, this one. And he said, put this in. Now, is it coming up? Yeah, here it is there. It said, type in Nord, and she spelled out Nord, every letter, N for November, O for ordinary, etc., IP, and type enter, which I did. Because I looked at it, and by the way, nobody else should do this. Don't do what they tell you to do, right? And it came up with that, and it said, what was the first thing? And it said, that one there. So I'll go into that. So I went into that. And it comes up with this screen, right? And comes up. And she said to me then, Rorio, what's it showing on the screen? I said, a number. And it says, that's your IP address. And she said, read to me what's underneath the IP address. And I said, it says your online activity can be seen by other internet service providers and anyone else monitoring your connection. And then she said to me, that means that your bank account has been compromised and people can take money out of your bank account. I said, okay, all right. She then also asked me to read what's in the black bar. And by the way, normally an advertisement comes over this, and it doesn't come up like that. The one that I came up with had some sort of advertisement over that black bar. And I said, that black bar's not there. What she wanted to do was read to me what, to the right of that, it says, your status. She says, what's your status? It's on the black bar. I couldn't see it at the time. She kept on asking me a number of times. But you'll notice it says your status is unprotected. She then said, oh, because of that reading and writing, and because your status is unprotected, somebody has got into your bank account and can take money out of your bank account. At that point in time, I turned around and said, no. And she said, what do you mean, no? And I had basically an argument with her. I said that just because of your IP address, people can't make money out of your bank account. So it went on back and forth a few times, and then eventually I asked her, oh, who are you from? And she said, I'm from PayPal. And I said, no, you're not. And then she hung up. Okay. So I unfortunately didn't find out how they're going to get how they intend to get money out of it. But all I'm saying is, from creating this video, is to say they use people's non-understanding of technology to think that something's been compromised or you're unprotected or some such thing like that. Just to fill you in, this NordVPN, VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. NordVPN is a way of getting an IP address so that people don't know what your IP address is. And that's okay if you want to, for example, watch movies from overseas countries and that, where the IP address will give away what country you're in. But by just them having, you're letting other people having your IP address doesn't mean you can get into your bank account. Nothing to do with that. To just go one step further on this, what I did is then looked up other people that might have experienced the same thing. So I found by Googling a Google search this information. Whoops, I undid that. I did that wrong way. Okay, I don't want to recently closed tab. I open that one up. Yeah, email received, and it email received about a bill. And I found this, actually, it's on the PayPal site, all right? And there's a PayPal Ask the Community, and other people have said similar sort of things. I've received an email advising me there a transaction to pay a certain amount. What should I do about it? And there are various replies, and some people says, sounds like a common spoof, especially as it's not showing your PayPal account. So never use any link or any phone number, which is what I did. I did use the link and phone number, okay? So good advice there. Don't do all that sort of thing. I got the same email from about a Bitcoin thing. Somebody else has got it. License voluntary. I did it, saw, and someone said to ignore it. Thought, yeah, and then someone else has said voting about it. Received the same today. This is a current scam going on. Okay, just got this email today. And then people still, even though they've asked, it's interesting, even though asking the questions to them. So I'm not sure how this happened or anyone else. And this people is saying, check the thing out. They're still not sure whether it's if it's actually a scam or not. So even though people are reading these comments, they still don't realise that the thing's actually a scam. Okay. All right. So all I wanted to do is point out that let's go back to this one here. That just because it gives this warning message, your online activity can be seen by your internet service provider and anyone else monitoring your connection, doesn't mean that your bank account has been compromised. Nothing to do with that. All right, got any questions? Email me. Other than that, that's it. Bye.